Hello, everybody. Welcome to the SMRAT Season 6 Finals. We got a matchup here between SunWuFarmer and BrakeJake. It's going to be a best of 5. And for everyone who doesn't know, SMRAT is a randomizer ladder and tournament that tries to, use the very easy settings for the randomizer. As WJG let us know in the chat exactly what we're talking about. And for the first race here, we're going to do the SMRAT Classic. The rule sets there are just full rando. All the items can be shuffled around depending on this kind of easier logic. And we got BrakeJake, who is seed number 2 in the ladder. And I think, we didn't get SunWu's name on the on there, but SunWu is over there on the left. He's seed 5, and he beat Chrono, seed 1, in the last match, and got him here for a little bit of an upset. But yes, both of these runners are very experienced. I've seen both BrakeJake and SunWu in the dash tournaments as well. SunWu has been doing a lot of map rando lately. BrakeJake and SunWu both have very strong movement, and both very, very good at these Varia randomizers. Right, and with these settings, morph is always going to be there, because otherwise they can't pick up this item here. Because the ceiling item in the room to the right is out of logic, but we'll more than likely see these players pick those up. Alright, we get super missiles to start off with. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a hunt for the supers, so that's always nice to see. SunWu having a little trouble grabbing that item, but it's just more supers. He may opt to reset this room or to just keep going after this. So, in this SMRAT Classic, they're gonna have to kill all the G4 bosses and then Mother Brain. So, unless, with the full rando settings, finding charge can be a little hard to do and a little unlikely. So they're gonna definitely want to pick up as much ammo as they can in the meantime. especially at like at least 30 missiles, because the chance of finding charge and plasma to make Ridley a bit easier is kind of low as well. So having at least 30 there definitely helps the fight out a lot. With players having a little bit of trouble on the climb, it is probably the hardest part of the start of the of these randomizers. I think it's probably one of the first rooms that new players to the game kind of like give up on. Alright, and we get power bombs here at Bomb Chorizo. Usually there's some form of destroying bomb blocks here. Power bombs probably the most common. Other than that, morph bombs and occasionally screw attack. With this being full rando, they're probably a little bit more likely to check some of these minor item checks, as they're known in like the minor major settings. Especially in these SMRAT settings, there's a fairly large chance of finding very powerful items here in criteria, while some other harder randomizers try to kind of limit the amount of good items you get in criteria. These runners still pretty close, keeping in mind that SunWu didn't pick up that first super pack, so they're still very close. You can see what's behind here at the back of Gauntlet. Just an E-tank and missiles. Probably not very likely for them to go back and try to get these. Yes, Pork. Yee! That's just for you. Alright, quite a few checks here in the early supers room. Nothing too good so far. Nothing but missiles back here in the reserve. Yeah, with how even this matchup is in terms of player ability and everything, they're definitely going to be trying to take a few more risks than normal. But just there could be one little item here that kind of really changes the tide. Because for these players, that they're not going to need like every single item. It really just depends on what they find and when they find it. And one big route divergence we may see here once they get past Green Bryn Star is whether they decide to go to Wreck Ship or down to Upper Norfair. Sunwu repping his own skin here that he made. Yes, he has been playing a whole lot. Him and I are actually pretty good friends, and we commonly play together a lot, and we've both really helped each other get better in the past 4 or 5 months or so. And I did have the pleasure of playing BrakeJake in one of the Dash tournaments, and of course racing these guys during the SMRAT ladder as well. Very strong players. Still no real majors here. It's a little unnerving, but I'm sure in here somewhere we'll find one. So we're trying to save some power bombs there. Ooh, gravity. That's prediction done. First suit found. And honestly, finding gravity early makes the decision on where to go a little bit tougher. Without speed, there's a chance that Wreck Ship has something important in there. Screw Attack is also a very nice find. And, well, probably not in logic, Grav still gives the ability for some of those West Meridia checks. The runner's doing these checks in a slightly different order. It's a little hard to tell who's kind of gaining speed here or not. Getting a nice first try gate glitch there from Sunwu. It's gonna help him get caught up a little bit, or a little bit more ahead. And as Heaven's Titan points out, which actually became a very important thing in one of Chrono and Sunwu's races in the last match, they do have 15 supers, which if they don't find ice is pretty standard for getting through Torian uninterrupted. And it also allows Sunwu to check the rest of criteria if he really wants to, but it might be a little bit of, a time sink, but it looks like he is going to do it. He's going to check out Billy Mays and maybe Old Mother Brain, and especially if he's deciding to go to Wreck Ship first, this might be a decent route. Oh, PBs, sorry, Heavens, if I said something besides PBs. Looks like BrakeJake is actually going to go up top, which with gravity it does make a little bit more sense. It's a little bit easier to kill Phantoon. It's a little bit easier to get through Spiker Room of Death and getting that E-Tank item there. But it's also relatively common to try to check up here first, even if they are going down. Because This item here is often something good, like charge. Charge is very good. That might make him start picking up a little bit less ammo, because he does have the 30 supers for Ridley. So he might opt to not pick up any more ammo after this. It's funny, SunWu decides to skip those supers again. And it does look like he is going to back up, so we might see him go into Gauntlet maybe first, but it does look like he's going to Wreck Ship as well. It is nice to see some route divergence in here. But with, besides charge being found, not too much else. I imagine SunWu, after going through Wreck Ship, will find that charge on his way to back down. Probably see a grab jump here from Brake, or well, actually, maybe he'll decide to use this grapple here that he's picking up here. Grapple, a very nice item for Dragon, especially if they don't find plasma. Jake trying to see this item here. It can be a little hard, just a missile though. Looks like SunWu filling up before heading over to Wreck Ship. Yes, it's looking like, I think overall SunWu is probably looking a little bit behind, unless Jake decides to go back down Criteria after Wreck Ship. But there's still plenty of time to catch up. Four E-tanks. This might be the point where each of them are probably comfortable enough to clear the game without another E-tank. Maybe they'll pick up one just for a quick refill if they're low on health. Good first round there on Fan 2 from BrakeJake. Fumbles a little bit on the Dopplers. Turn it to a 4 round. Yeah, he's got him down now. Overall, very clean kill. And gravity and screw attack makes Phantom much more easy. Looked like someone was having a little bit more trouble with Fan 2 than Jake did. SunWu's Fantoon not being very nice to him with those fires. Looks like BrakeJake's starting to wonder if you should pick up more supers or not. While having charge is really nice, you probably still want a bit more ammo without ice or any other beam. It does look like BrakeJake is happy with his normal missile count. SunWu takes down Fantoon. Looks like Jake is going to skip the E-tank here. It is a very long check. But you know, if not knowing where Varia is, skipping each one of these checks is a little bit more risky. And I think with the amount of E-tanks and gravity and finding grapple there at Moat, it might have this ship in logic. So it's very possible that they're here. And Pork's asking if resets are allowed, like save reset, and yes, they are, Pork. Which we might see SunWu do here if he decides to check that E-tank. SunWu decides to not save, but there's still quite a lot here that he could get. And just an E-tank. I imagine this is probably the last E-tank he's going to be picking up. And well, we got BrakeJake checking out sky missiles. Using one of the slower strats. If you don't, you know, get a good wall jump on the guy above you, it can be pretty hard to do this quickly. But you know, as a seasoned map rando player, I imagine SunWu's going to have a little bit easier time checking these items. Jake's running a little low on power bombs. He should have enough to check all these items here. Screw attack definitely helps with getting in there. It's interesting to see that power bomb there. I'm curious to exactly what he was doing there. I'm not sure if that destroys the statue right there, or maybe it reveals the item even. Well, we'll see what he's planning to do here. Okay, Beamer, yep. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but yeah, not if you reset the room. actually does not, with normal bombs, it's not as much of a worry, but I was gonna say, he actually doesn't have enough power bombs to get out, so, and check that item, so it was kind of a good thing. Oh, he still uses his power bomb. That happens pretty frequently in these randomizers. You get so used to not having bombs that you end up using power bombs when you don't need to. And SunWu very cleanly getting that sky missile item there. And I think Jake is going to be checking this E-tank item here. So that'll help SunWu catch up a little bit more. Of course, Jake did not check that one item since he was running low on power bombs. So let's see if someone will get that information. And if it is something like Varia or, you know, that's like something required, it'll be a pretty big information, even though you can't pick it up without speed. May make him opt to, you know, try to do a little bit of a lower Norfair without Varia, if it ends up being that. But if I had to guess, he didn't lay a power bomb down. He's probably going to be skipping that check as well. These runners are now pretty close to being in the same pace, but one thing to note is that SunWu has not checked the red tower item, so he's gonna have to go back down and do that. Let's see if BrakeJake decides to check Gauntlet here. Does do a save, so that makes me think that he might, you know, check either Gauntlet or some of the blue Kachiri items and then maybe reset after if he doesn't find anything he likes. Screw attack and gravity, making Gauntlet a much quicker room to get through. So we're finding that charge beam. I think him finding Spazer, he's probably a bit more likely to not try to check for more ammo, or pick up more ammo. Got Jake checking the ship PPEs here. Looks like SunWu might choose to do the same. I think he also has not checked Gauntlet, so might be what he's doing here. BrakeJake having a little trouble with the IBJ. Yes, because, you know, infinite bomb jumps are in logic, this place does fairly often have a suit or another important item, which, you know, seeing as both players here are, you know, checking it, it does make sense. So moves a little far to the left, so that he'll have to spend a little bit more time getting a little bit of height before doing it, but here you go. And, oh, they both find Varia. Very, very good checks for them. So for SunWu, I think he is pretty much in go mode besides either ice or speed. He technically could do a crystal flash clipped in order to get up to bot wound, but with only 15, it is a fairly risky strat because you only have like 4 chances or 5 chances to pull it off. But, between saving and stuff. But yes, with bombs, it does become a little bit easier to get that crystal flash clip, but I'm not too sure if he's practiced that one, so he may opt to not do it anyway. Yeah, so, a little bit. So honestly, Beamer, I actually don't know how to do the crystal flash clip with bombs. I've only done it suitless because I've only played things that like require it suitless. So there are people do have gaps in knowledge like that. Hey, welcome in, Niz. Good to see you. SunWu is skipping X right here, which is kind of funny because in one of his last races versus Chrono, speed happened to be there, and that was like the one item that they were really looking for. Hey Niz, so those numbers are the seeds in the ladder. It's interesting seeing SunWu skip Spazer there as well. I feel like SunWu might have skipped a couple of those items since he might be feeling behind, since he checked, Blue Bryn. SunWu missing that quick kill by just a tiny little bit. I think Jake also skipped Spacer, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of interesting to see that. But I think since they're feeling pretty comfortable getting through the rest of this match, maybe they're just going to be making less and less skips or item checks that require door transitions. That's pretty much correct. Some players might opt to get ice or speed instead of crystal flash and clip through bot wound, but other than that, yes, I feel like they are pretty much feeling comfortable enough to beat this game. Beamer's pointing out, Brake did not find Spazer, and SunWu did, so, and even then Spazer's not that big of an upgrade, but it's probably still enough to, you know, get through the Mother Brain fight. Neither of these players are strangers to fighting Mother Brain with a very low damage beam, having been in the Dash tournament. Yes, with a 60 damage charge shot, as Beamer's pointing out, item fanfare for the supers, it might be just a little bit faster than just shooting those charge shots, and can definitely help, especially with no Zeb skip and everything. But yes, yeah, they will be able to finish with what they have. Oh, and then they find plasma, so all of those super missile checks end up being kind of moot at this point. Right, Beamer. Like, why do things when you know you're gonna pick up plasma like that? You know, you should be able to see into the future. Got Jake checking the high jump area, only finding spring ball as an upgrade. Very nice high jumpless grab jump there from SunWu. He has been playing a lot of GTC Classic, so he's had a lot of practice with these lava dives here recently, especially without gravity, so he's probably feeling pretty comfortable with that section. It looks like both players going to Norfair now to fight Ridley. Let's see it. SunWu could still get hit by one of those. Okay. Can be, you know, a little scary there, but he made it just fine. Does look like he is going to still be checking for ice or speed. I think at this point, ice might be a little bit more of a time save, but actually no. Speed's probably the biggest one, because with escape and getting up Mount Everest and everything, there's quite a few time saves. I think that'd be faster than Zeb skip. Or saves more time, rather. Let's get a nice fun amphitheater without high jump. With speed, it becomes, you know, even more annoying to get through that room, but it does it very cleanly. That's right, Beaver. I definitely have never died in there without anything. Oh, break. Oh, you might be going for the spring wall here, which can be quite a bit faster than doing the bomb jump. And I think it did look like I saw him crouching, so I think he did get it. Yes, a nice spring wall there. So with a nice metal pirate ring. And I think with 5 takes, he's probably not going to spend any time farming here for anything. Plenty of supers. Y'all who don't know, Ridley takes double damage from super missiles, meaning that, with his 18,000 health, he'll take 30 supers in order to kill him. Ooh, BrakeJake with a very nice back of Wasteland clips through the Kagos. And Ridley down for SunWu. I think SunWu might have a little PTSD from his last matches where he was hunting for power bombs, getting nice and ready for that. Or no, he's getting nice and ready for the Crystal Flash clip. So I think we might see him kind of ignore a lot of these checks here, except for the very easiest to get. Really down for BrakeJake. So if SunWu is going to be doing this Crystal Flash clip, I imagine he's gonna have to farm up a few supers on his way up there, and just enough for the Crystal Flash at least. You still may opt to get some of these checks here real quick. So let's see, Aqueduct clip. So because of the settings, speed can't be up behind it because speed is required for the items that snail clip. But yes, ice could be there though. That's right. Alright, and looks like Jake decided to skip a few checks, and he's slowly catching back up. But yeah, it does look like SunWu's resigned to his fate to do the Crystal Flash clip. And it looks like Jake is also doing the same. you know, execution of that clip might be what, you know, this race comes down to. Beamer, I know you're pretty good friends with Jake. Does he know how to do that clip? Do you know? Or is he like well practiced in it? Less than 5 tries? Okay. Yeah, I'm sure someone could do it, but I don't know if he's practiced in it or not. So there might be a little bit of a edge for Jake. Oh, but he finds ice. Okay, so that might be enough for Jake to take it. Oh, and wave. Wow. Okay, man. So unless Sunwu gets like a first try here, it's looking like Jake might take this one. Yeah, ice is very nice for these settings because, you know, the Metroid room's much faster. Zeb skip. Now not having to do that crystal flash clip, ice skip generally much faster. Or ice clip rather. And I think someone's still going to try to check a few of these items along the way just to make sure that he's not missing ice or speed. Some grab jumps in order to get up Mount Everest from Sunwu. Yeah, as Beamer's pointing out, with ice and wave, or with just wave at least, you can clip through the speed blocks in the Frog Highway, so it'd be a little bit faster. But yeah, there is some risk involved, and you know, maybe he doesn't feel comfortable doing it. Someone in chat saying that he had one time soft locked himself in there, so I think he might just be avoiding it for that reason. These Beamers twice bitten, once shy. Oh, your PTSD. You're a braver man than I. Did we see Sunwu save here? Maybe he does feel confident enough to do it. Oh, see, I think he doesn't even know how to do it other than suitless. Or no, he's trying to. Okay, never mind. He's reducing the damage from the Metroid JK, or increasing the damage from the Metroid. he's sitting here reminding himself how to do it. But yes, that ice clip getting BrakeJake here ahead. Apparently I need to start practicing this trick too, because I haven't done it. But so I'm not exactly sure on the timing, but Beamer is saying it looks like he is doing it a little bit late. Just for y'all who don't know, this needs to be pretty much frame perfect, because he needs to be at the same pixel that the power bomb was laid at the right frame. Jake with his full beam combo. Gonna be taking down Dragon here pretty quickly. I think SunWu's considering his options. Make sure ice or speed isn't up here. Or I guess ice and speed can't be up here. Neolita, it's from a game called Power Pigs. Yes, SVP is explaining there. It's an old SNES game. It's a bit janky, but people in the SMZ3 community, especially from Shindig Pig, if y'all are familiar with him, he likes playing that game, and SunWu does as well. Yes, I think it's at this point it's going to be pretty hard for SunWu to catch back up here. I think at this point, I know SunWu, he can do the Crystal Flash clip suitless, so I think maybe just even having that extra knowledge and experience doing that might be faster than this, what's considered an easier trick. We get a nice little fish tickle there from BrakeJake, which we might see as an objective in one of our races coming up. because in this best of 5, each of the settings, or each round will have different settings. I can go over that now. So this first one is the SMRAT Classic. The second one is the Chozo Random Start, where you collect all upgrades. And after that, we have Bounty Blaster, which is where they get a list of 8 objectives, and they need to complete 5 of them. And one of the objectives could be tickle the redfish. Oh, and Sunwu getting the clip. Bringing him back up into this match just a little bit. And then after the Bounty Blaster, which is also no Torian, we got the Major Minor Boss Shuffle for the 4th game if it comes to that. And then if it comes to the 5th, then it'll be another SMRAT Classic. We got Jake on his way to the Golden 4. About to get himself through these Metroid rooms. He's got plenty of ammo, and especially with ice and everything, he'll be 100% fine through all this. The one thing that could allow someone to catch up is a Death versus Mother Brain due to maybe a catch-up beam. Though with the beam combo he has, there's not very many chances for that to happen, so he'll probably be okay. Very nice Metroid 3 from BrakeJake. And got BrakeJake coming into the baby room while somebody's starting his fight with Dragon. Got a nice little X-ray animation there. Not exactly sure what's going on. BrakeJake deciding to Crystal Flash instead of going to the health room. Definitely save some time with the door transitions and the actual time of refilling your health. BrakeJake going for the down back. And gets it. It's generally quite a bit faster if you get it first try, and especially if you have screw attack. It means you don't have to turn off screw attack to get through that clip. Alright, and BrakeJake with Mother Brain 1 down. Sunwu is on his way to Torian. Jake, with this beam combo, will only require 20 shots, charge shots. To answer your question, Reem, I think, maybe some players can only make it to certain time slots. Maybe it would be best for them if we rotate the categories instead of making them for a specific time. But other than that, I don't have a particular opinion on it. BrakeJake with Mother Brain 2 down. And SunWuFarmer just getting back from the ship. Hey, Porcy, yes, this is a best of 5. Oh god, best of 15 beamer. I wouldn't be commentating for that whole time. That's for sure. Yes, Porcy. Sunwu is pretty far behind. Unless BrakeJake makes a huge mistake here and dies on the escape, that's definitely going to be him. Ice and Wave were at Lower Norfair Reserve. Or Upper Norfair. Dang it, I always do that. Escape without speed. Always fun getting through this room and second escape room. BrakeJake winning the first round with a time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 32 seconds. GG's, BrakeJake. And SunWu is forfeiting this one, so we will be getting back here to the second race in just a little bit. And for our second race, we got the Chozo item split with a random start, meaning that they'll start like maybe in Wreck Ship, Green Brinstar, I think occasionally Bubble Mountain, and a couple other places I can't think of right at the moment. But yeah, that definitely makes for an interesting start, like upper Norfair start. You know, you generally get ice and everything and have to go back up through criteria and things like that. But yeah, the item split will be Chozo, and the objective is to collect all the upgrades. And Chozo statues will have all the upgrades plus 3 E-tanks reserve, I think 5 missile packs and 2 super packs and 1 power bomb pack. So there's going to be some play there where they might opt to skip a Chozo statue because they're kind of banking on it not being a major upgrade. Yes, I'll be taking a short break here while the racers get ready for their next match.